Hey everybody, I'm Kate Conroy,
I'm Vinny Spatello.
and this is Other People's Business, which is a podcast from the New Jersey Business and Industry Association. We release a new episode every other Wednesday, so be on the lookout for that. Shout out to New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group. They are the official sponsor of the show, and they do home, auto, and workers' comp, so check them out if you need some updated coverage.
Just a couple of housekeeping matters before we get started. This podcast is available anywhere you can get a podcast. That's iTunes, Google Play, Amazon's Alexa. We even put them up on YouTube. So whatever your preference is for watching a show like this, we've got you covered. If you do happen to watch this on iTunes or any other place where you can write a review, we would totally appreciate that 5-star review. Helps us get discovered by more awesome listeners just like you. So with all that out of the way, our guest today from SKC is Karen Donaway. Karen, say hi. Let the audience hear your voice.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me. So happy to be here.
We're excited to have you.
Before we get started, I have to know, what is it like to be named Karen in 2021 when the name has sort of become bigger than any one person?
Kate, there are no words for this. All I can tell you is I'm starting my own movement called Karens Against Karen.
That's awesome.
I would hashtag that.
Karens Unite.
I was
It's so bad.
Where this came from, because like last year, when I say last year, I mean 2019. In 2019, it was a good thing. I remember it was associated with HR, and everybody would say like, Karen is not a name, it's a title to be earned. And then sometime in 2021, it got appropriated and flipped, and like here we are. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here we are, is right. It's to the point where I leave a different name when I place takeout orders now. I had it happen to me one time. I left my real name, and I just heard this just smirk, laughter, and I said, okay, that's it. My name is now Kay. It's Kay.
If you're not sympathetic to this plight, you need to be, because this could happen to anybody.
Absolutely.
Something bad could happen, and it could be like the Vinnies of the world, so
you got it.
We all need to get behind this. Let me know where I can sign up for Karens Against Karen.
I love it. I'm hashtagging that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so today's icebreaker is, what are you currently binging? And that could be books, movies, podcasts, food, TV. TV is the thing that most people jump to, but we've had food before. So, sorry, yeah, I guess I'll go first because I kind of just threw that at you. I just finished the 3rd season of Cobra Kai. I'm pretty sure it was the 3rd season. I don't think the 4th season is out yet. Yeah, okay.
3rd.
It was so much fun. A little bit similar to the previous seasons, but I'm not sure how much they can reinvent the wheel. I loved it though. It was just scenery chewing silliness with some fights.
I want to talk about it without necessarily giving anything away, but I felt like, in the 2nd season there was a gigantic fight that kind of capped off the end of the season, and they revisited that in this one, and I was like, really, again, with the same camera techniques and everything. But yeah, Karen, do you watch the show?
Yeah.
I saw the first 2 episodes, and you know what? That was really enough for me. I was good with that.
Not a big Karate Kid fan?
Yeah, I get that.
No, it's popular in my house, but not with me. So
yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere. It was a YouTube exclusive show, and then YouTube just decided at one point, like, look, nothing against your show, but we just don't want to be in the scripted television game anymore. So they cut it off, and Netflix was happy to pick it up, and it was the #1 show in America, after they did that. So YouTube loss.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, this is actually what I was binging too. So we get 2 answers for the price of 1 time, But
nice.
Yeah.
So did you like season 3?
I think I liked season 2 more, but season 3 was definitely a lot of fun. I feel like they're getting caught in this trap. So like we've talked on this show before, like I definitely every season that came out binged Fuller House. And Fuller House is kind of in that same wheelhouse of we're taking this old thing and we're bringing it back and making it new. But Fuller House was definitely a lot more self-aware in the sense that it made jokes about the fact that it was shoehorning in stuff from like 30 years ago. When Cobra Kai does it, it seems like they just keep hitting that like nostalgia wheel because they think that's the best way to go. And I'm not always convinced of that. Like, I don't want to give stuff away, but like, Elizabeth Shue's character from the first movie, like, I'm not convinced that she needed to be the one to come in and be like the wise person to impart all of the season 3 knowledge just because we could bring back a classic character. And they've been teasing some classic characters for season 4, and like they found a way to shoehorn in the people from, Okinawa that like they met in the second Karate Kid movie this season. And I'm just like, how many people can he really come across, that he knew like 40 years ago?
I will give you that, but I would also say that there is enough making fun of the main characters by the younger characters that it kind of makes up for that.
Sure. No, it's a good show and I love it. This is one of the few chances where I got to be like, quote, cool, because I watched Cobra Kai like way before it was on Netflix. I was week to week on YouTube, and now like the rest of the world is catching up with me. That never ever happens, So
yeah. You're pretty cool, my friend.
I know.
All right.
Karen?
Karen, we just geeked out about Cobra Kai. What are you binging?
I'm totally binging The Crown.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I literally can't get enough of it. I'm obsessed with British royalty.
Really? Me too. That's amazing. How have we never talked about this?
I don't know.
British royalty is kind of Pete's thing.
Yeah. Yes. And I totally get why Queen Elizabeth, even though she's like 95 years old, hasn't given up the crown.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
She made the promise.
And look who's next in line. I mean, really.
Right? Seriously. Like, now he's like, sorry, no shade to Prince Charles, but like.
I don't think Prince Charles is going to listen to this. You can feel free to throw as much shade at him.
I'm pretty sure
I'm so sorry, Prince Charles,
I feel pretty confident that they're keeping tabs on me, but
I would not be surprised if you were on their radar. I'm not kidding around.
Exactly. So I think he was kind of a royal, no pun intended, screw up for a lot of years. Like, he made a lot of really, really bad decisions. But now, what is he, 70 years old at this point? He's older and wiser and just steadier. I think it's safe now. If she wanted to be like, all right, I'm done, it's safe. But I don't think she'll do it because of that promise she made.
Yeah, I would rather skip right over him and go to William. I think that would be better.
I always thought that's what they would do, just from like a PR standpoint. But
oh God, no, they can't do that.
No, they can't.
I mean, not that they would actually say like, "Sorry, you are the weakest link. Goodbye." But I just mean like if they would pass it to him and he'd be like, "You know what? I'm okay not doing that."
No way. He's been waiting for it.
We talked about that on another episode, and Kate was like, "Absolutely not. That's not going to happen."
It would never. Well, because Parliament would not allow it, because the Constitution would not allow it. There would have to be like.
Do they care? I've always just thought that like the British monarchy was just kind of a figurehead sort of like thing that doesn't matter these days. Is that not?
Not
Again,
according
sorry,
to the
Prince
Crown.
Charles, if you're listening to this.
Yeah, I mean, it is essentially true. The Magna Carta took away a lot of the power that the royal family had, but they still provide a real meaningful, symbolic, I'm not sure how to explain it, but there are monarchists, and they refer to themselves as monarchists, who, like Republicans and Democrats in this country, in Britain, you have monarchists who believe that they deserve to be in the positions that they are in. And I'm not sure that anyone truly really believes in the fact or the idea that they are touched by God. The divine monarchy was a thing that people truly believed in at one point, and I'm not sure we're there anymore, but yeah, it's a thing. My hair just went really weird.
I keep meaning to watch the show. I'm a huge Helena Bonham Carter fan, and I hear that she's amazing on that show. I just haven't gotten around to starting it.
Oh, the acting is fabulous, and yeah, I can't get enough.
And this season 4, they introduced Diana, and oh my gosh, the drama!
Oh,
it's
drama!
So fun.
You could wring it out. There's so much drama. I love it.
to. It's great. Totally great.
All right. I'll definitely get on that. In the meantime, tell us about SKC.
Oh, love to. SKC is a mid-size CPA firm, and we're located in Boonton Township, in New Jersey. We're kind of tucked away in the woods of Boonton Township, which is really nice. We're right next to Pyramid Mountain Park, so it's a beautiful surroundings. Our firm we're 25.
Before you leave that,
25.
are you getting a lot of use out of it these days?
The firm or the park?
The park, the building.
The park, yes.
The view.
Not the building, yes. So we're a firm of 25, and interesting fact, we are 20 women out of 25. We just hired the 5th male CPA who just joined our staff. God bless him, but we're a lot of women. 2/3 of the senior leadership team is women. Our managing partner is female. So very interesting dynamic in terms of the CPA world, for sure. So we work exclusively with entrepreneurs and small business owners. We have a unique client service model that really fits working with entrepreneurs. We address them very holistically. So for entrepreneurs, their business life, their personal life, it's all wrapped into one. The lines between the two are very blurry. So we kind of we address their needs, their goals as personal and business together. So our job is to have their business be the vehicle that gives them the personal life that they're looking for. So we're just very hands-on. I mean, obviously we do all of the compliance work, the monthly accounting, closing the books, bookkeeping, financial reporting, and then anything in the way of tax reporting, tax planning, business, personal, all of that. But honestly, I think where we're a little bit different is that we're very strong on the advisory side. And for entrepreneurs and small business owners, that's it's super important for them to have that. I think that really when we go in there and we take care of their books and their numbers, we know the numbers are solid, they're good. Yeah, every entrepreneur, business owner wants to know how they did last month or last quarter, but honestly, what's important to them is what's next, what's coming down the pike for them. So that's where the real work begins for us. It's kind of like, the compliance stuff has to get done, but the real work starts once the numbers are there and solid. So that's how we approach it.
Can you talk a little bit about your culture? Because I know that you've got some really interesting internal, not policies, but I heard that you do like office yoga. And I'm guessing that these really interesting employee resources and policies are like, because there are so many of you who are women, I think women tend to be more inclined to say, yeah, I'm going to do some yoga at the office. And, oh, a bunch of my friends who also work here want to do this with me. Okay. And suddenly it's like a weekly thing or a monthly thing. And I just think that's so cool.
I know I personally wouldn't be inclined to do weekly yoga at work. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't know. I'd have to be kind of forced into it. Like someone would have to drag me.
We could arrange that too. It's happened.
We can make that happen. Yeah.
No, but it's true, Kate. I mean, to your point, the culture at SKC is quite unique too, not just in a CPA firm world, but definitely for a business our size. The resources that are available to us are really out there it's very forward thinking, in terms of the size of our business. I think one of the best things that came to SKC really that we created is the daycare. It's called SKC's Little Stars. So there's an on-site daycare, and it's been a game changer for the young parents in our firm to be able to bring their babies, at 4 months old coming to the office, but knowing that they're only, a door away basically from them, and being able to offer that, really unique, but very effective, and staff loves. We all love it. It's like having little puppies in the office. So that
So when you
is
say
to me one
daycare,
of the
there's no
best
like
things that.
designated area where this stays. They're like running wild through the office. I could see that getting really
No,
distracting.
no, there is a designated area, but it is accessible right through a door if you wanted to go and see the kids and whatever. So the parents that they have the closed circuit monitoring and all that right at their desks. But I think just the feeling and knowing that they're right there with them, it's a game changer. So
I would never be at my desk. I would always be. I was gonna say I would never be at my desk. I would every spare minute, like every coffee break, I would just be like, "Hey, what are we finger painting today? Want to read a book? What do you think? Should we just make some
it's
yarn?"
great.
Friends?
And this is not even like
know.
looking after her own child. This is just Kate wants to finger paint. So, yeah.
Yes.
What I was going to say, the other side of it would just be like the truckload of money that would save you, on daycare. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly. I can't even imagine. Oh, looks like Karen might be.
Yeah, I was going to say, did we lose
There we go.
Karen? This is an
No,
awesome
you're here.
screenshot, by the way. Oh, here we go.
Right.
There we go. You're back.
Yeah, so I did want to tell you a little bit too about the wellness program, which yoga is a part of it. But we do have wellness for the employees too. Well, for all staff members, really, we have a masseuse that comes in, therapeutic massage during tax season once a week, and on-site yoga, and just all kinds. We have a health and wellness coach that comes in and talks to us every other month. So really, they care a lot about the the well-being of the staff, and we have a full-on professional development program too. Just every firm member has that, so opportunities are there for you. Whatever you want your career to be, where you want it to go, is attainable. So it's
That is
very unique.
so incredible. That is just so absolutely incredible. Wow. What a thing to be proud of.
We got to drop weekly therapeutic massage into the suggestion box here,
Give it a try.
I know
Give it a
Michelle
try.
Sakirka listens to this show, so just consider that me dropping it into the suggestion box.
Like it. Weekly therapy. We would have to be at the office in order to participate in that, though.
It's not like right now. Gives us time to implement it, think about the logistics, but I got to assume we'll be back one day, so.
And maybe some finger painting. Like, is that really too much to ask? I don't know.
Not too much.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh.
So something else that I did want to mention too, that a lot of people don't know about SKC, and again, this is just part of our culture and part of our core values, is that we host monthly networking groups at our firm, and we open it to our clients, to our strategic partners. We're always looking for ways to connect our clients to other people that they can do business with, or other people who can make their business better. So we're all about connections. We run 2 mastermind groups at the office. Mitch Sharp, who's our founding partner, he facilitates these groups. Unbelievable what comes out of this. It's like a peer-to-peer mentoring, but this is a chance for business owners to really talk about obstacles and roadblocks that they're experiencing and help each other with that. So it's a little bit different, and we just started a young professionals networking group because one of our younger CPAs said, I don't fit in with any of those other people in those networking groups. You're all too old. I know. Hard to believe, but yeah.
I can't imagine taking that personally.
No, not at all.
I love it.
Not at all. So we started a new one for her, but and yeah, networking on the mat.
Is she the only one there?
No.
Okay.
No. So
tell us about your clients. When they come in, what do you find is most important to them?
I have to say, with entrepreneurs, again, they they are working usually in their business when we meet them. They're wearing multiple hats. They're trying to do it all. And what we try to help them with is see that that's really not the best use of their time. They would be better served working on their business and letting others come in. Like sometimes we'll put a bookkeeper in there. Definitely when we come in to do monthly work for them, that's super helpful. But again, what they want and what keeps them up at night is that thought about what's next. Like, how do I know when it's time to hire? Can I afford this? Like, what do I do? Is this employee really working out for me? And you name it. I mean, there's questions that keep them up at night all the time. So we've actually started a new service line, but it's something that we've always used, is data analytics. And it's where now we have the ability to take data from multiple sources. So maybe it's their accounting software along with their CRM software, along with their email marketing software, combine metrics and be able to answer those burning questions for them. How am I doing? How can I do this? What does next month look like? What does next year look like? And very easily we can manipulate data to give them the what if scenarios. And it's not a crystal ball, but when you can visually show an entrepreneur what happens when you make this change or what happens when you make that change, it can catapult them to the next level very quickly. So it's been very effective, and we're super excited about launching this brand new service line officially. But yeah, clients are loving it.
What an incredible value.
Yeah, I think, as I said, entrepreneurs are unique, and when they've got one business going, their brain and their mind is already 6 steps down the road. So they may want to think about branching out, buying a building, starting another business, starting a nonprofit. I mean, they're always moving and shaking, and you just have to be able to handle that, to be nimble enough and be really aware for them. So that's what we do, and we do it really well. That's SKC.
Fantastic. All right, I think on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And we're back, and it is now time to play my favorite game, Awful or Awesome, which today is brought to us by The Connection, New Jersey's premier managed service provider. I'm going to name 3 things, and we each have to decide quickly if they're awful or awesome, and then be prepared to defend your answers. Are you ready?
Definitely.
First up is HGTV. And I will go first because I added this specifically because I am recently obsessed with HGTV. I don't own a home that I am fixing up. I don't have any reason at all to watch this, but I cannot watch enough Good Bones and Fixer to Fabulous and all of the other, I don't even know all the names of them. And as a result, I now use words like laminate flooring and Carrera marble and transom windows. Awesome. I am full on awesome with HGTV, and I never thought I would be that person, but I totally am.
I gotta go with awesome. I gotta say awesome, and I think I love it so much because the before and afters happen so quickly.
Yes.
I get this it's a very tidy little thing for me, and I feel great about it when it's over.
Yep.
Yeah,
Watching the demo is so cathartic.
Oh, the best. Yeah. I go awesome.
It makes me want to own a sledgehammer and just be like, right?
Yes.
You just start tearing down the walls, and then you have no plan for how you're going to build it all back up. It's just like, all right, step 1 is done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
what
awful.
about you?
Yeah, awful. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of HGTV, but in the few times that I have, it's always made me really mad. So I can think of like 2 shows that I remember. So the first is, and I don't know what it was, but it was like one of those shows where they bring people around and they try to buy a house. And, they'll be like, all right, my budget is $3 million. He's a journalist, and I'm an elementary school teacher. And I'm like, oh, wait, really? So like, so it's always that kind of thing,
That's fair.
So that always gets me. And then like the other one I remember watching, and Tara was binging this, and I had nothing better to do, so I sat down and watched like 8 episodes of it. Was the one where the people try to buy the really little houses, not like on the normal side little, but like, you know, you're basically buying like a closet and, you know, making that your entire house.
Mhm.
And it makes me mad, not because I think it's wrong to do it. Like, you know, if that's what you want and, you know, you can make your life work in a small space, by all means, save the money. But it's like when they start to get like aggravated with the host and they're like, well, where am I going to put my TV? And I'm like, I don't know, buy a bigger house. Like, you know, and then when they've got kids, I get even more mad because I'm like, you're going to force this on a kid? And, you know, like when they're going to want to have friends over and stuff, you know, it's
So
no
it
good.
just occurred to me in this moment, the implications of owning a tiny house on purpose in COVID times. Like I live in about 1,200 square feet, and sometimes it feels like the walls are closing in on me. I live and I work and I eat and I play and I sleep, do all of this in just these 4 walls. What if it was like 1,000 square feet or 500 square feet? I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I don't even know how big the houses were square footage wise, but I mean, I want to paint a picture for you. We're talking about like a loft with like a closet underneath it, a kitchenette, and a toilet, and that was the entire, you know, house. So yeah, I can't imagine
That's
A,
rough.
doing that to a kid, and B, doing that at all. But yeah,
No.
but it just makes me
Yeah.
mad because when they start getting in the host's face, like, well, I've got all my shoes, and where are they gonna go?
That is a really valid point. Sometimes the people who go on the shows, you just want to adjust their expectations for them, right? You
Yeah,
want to help them adjust those expectations.
it's like what they really wanted was actually a pretty big house, but they just wanted it to cost $30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, what do you
Okay,
got
next up is COVID holidays. And so by that, I mean, like, none of us got the holidays that we probably wanted. Like, there was no big family dinner, I hope, in most cases, right? But was it terrible? So I guess I'll go first again. I thought it was awesome. It was really, really, really quiet. There wasn't all the running around. There wasn't the party. There wasn't the this. There wasn't. It was really quiet, and I kind of liked it. I wasn't mad about that. What about you guys?
Well, I have to say, I wasn't mad about it, but I think it was awful. I mean, I just, what
It's
a,
COVID times.
what a letdown from what it typically is. And I look forward to the holidays so, so much all year. So I have to go awful. I do.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Finn?
I'm gonna go awesome-ish. I think I had almost the holiday I absolutely wanted. Around, I want to say Thanksgiving was when that next big surge was either kind of coming up or
Yeah.
already on us. So I did Thanksgiving over Zoom with my family, and I loved it. You know, it was
Yeah.
none of the travel, none of the drama. It was just
You
like,
hate
hey, everybody, how you
Thanksgiving, though,
doing?
so
And an hour later, we're done with Thanksgiving. It was perfect.
makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah, it's perfect. But I think about like all of them in general. I remember in March, maybe let's say April, I felt really bad for people who had April, May birthdays. I was like, wow, you guys are really going to get the short end of the stick this time around, you know?
Little
And then,
did you know.
it started like going out like, oh yeah, I guess those June birthdays too and the July. And now it's everybody. Like nobody got out of that.
Nobody got a good birthday
no
this
one's
year.
untouched.
We're all in the same boat now.
Yeah, and even the people from last year who had really fun, great January, February, early March birthdays, they're all going to suffer this year, right? So
Mhm.
it's not even like it's going to even out. So, oh
Hmm.
well. Okay, last one is holiday decorations post New Year's. So I'm in the awesome camp. I'm just taking all the firsts. I'm going first every single time, I guess.
Let me ask a
I'm not
qualifying question. How
Right.
post are we talking?
Okay. Wow. It didn't occur to me to be able to answer that, but so I just finally took my stuff, most of my stuff down last weekend. So we're filming this mid-January. So I waited kind of sort of maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks-ish, 2 weeks. But I think you can get away with it later, especially this year. Valentine's Day is pushing it, I think. But I am not somebody who takes stuff down on the 26th or even the 31st. I want to like extend it as much as possible. So that's where I'm at. Karen?
Kate, I'm in your camp, definitely. I totally accept the fact that I live with someone who is in the other camp. So it's a little bit of a battle. So, oh my God, I would leave up the decorations literally for a month after Christmas. I don't see any problem with that. It's too short to begin with.
Yeah, it's too short to begin with. And this year I put them up the week before Thanksgiving. Usually I wait for the long weekend and I'll put them up like the Saturday after Thanksgiving. This year it was like the week before because I just needed it. I needed the brightness. I needed the tree. I just needed it.
I like to think that I'm a pretty good person, but in this field, I guess my heart was made 3 sizes too small.
All right,
Because I'm just
Scrooge
like,
McDuck.
December 26th,
Boo.
I don't want to see that tree anymore. I think it mostly has to do with like the amount of space that it takes up in the living room and how it shifts everything else around. I feel like I'm making a concession for it in the first place. Like I have to bend my life to allow for this gigantic monstrosity in my living room. And then once that time, like, you know, December 25th is over, if I wasn't too lazy to do it, like midnight, I'd be like, you know, taking the thing down.
Your child is still young enough that she believes in Santa and the magic. You should feel obligated.
That doesn't take anything away from that to not have the tree up after Christmas.
I disagree.
Yeah. If anything, you know, she's in this boat where she's too young for me to like explain that he's not coming back until next year. You know, I need to be like, Christmas is over. We're moving on to the next holiday.
I thought you were going to say, he's too young for me to explain that he's not.
That's coming.
Spoiler alert, Kate. You know, there are people out there listening to this show. I might even beep that. No, I think a lot of it, you know, if you follow NJBIA's YouTube channel, you know, you watch our podcast, you know that my favorite holiday is Halloween. Yep. It is not socially acceptable for me to keep all the Halloween stuff up until Christmas. So why should it be socially acceptable to keep all the Christmas stuff up until Valentine's Day? That's all I'm saying.
It's different. I mean, that's why.
Why is it different, though?
It's different. Christmas is joy. Halloween is scary and
that hit me right in my 3 size too small heart.
Yeah, I think Halloween has better candy. I'll give you that. I've never been a candy cane fan, and I've never seen any kind of like Christmassy candy corn. I actually just had a handful of candy corn yesterday left over from Halloween, and I was really enjoying it. But yeah, Halloween has better candy. But I guess
I'm going to put this on the table. This is probably going to be the unpopular opinion, but I think we're talking like perfect in each case. I think perfect Halloween decorations are much cooler than perfect Christmas decorations. Just putting that out there. Kate's thinking about it, so I think she agrees with me.
I agree. I don't know that, because perfect in both cases would be equal. Like if you've got like the beautifully perfect decorated like lights and like a, you know, a Santa climbing a chimney, like, and you've got like a perfect graveyard scene. I saw some really ingenious, hilarious Halloween decorations on yards this year. I think they would be equal. I don't think that Halloween would be better.
I think part of it is that there's no standard for Halloween decorations. So whereas Christmas, I walk down the street and, you know, you see a few lights up on one house, you see just about the exact same thing on the next house. There's no variety. It's, you know, it's just, you see one, you see them all. Halloween, people get a lot more diversified in what they do.
Didn't your parents drive you around when you were a kid to look at other people's Christmas lights?
Yeah.
So they didn't all look the same.
No, but like, I'm talking about the average house. It all looks the same.
Yeah, but nobody drove you around to look at Halloween decorations.
And I'm not as good off for it. All right, Karen, tell us about what you do at SKC. What's your role there?
So my role at SKC is I'm the director of marketing, and I am also heavily involved in the business development side of things for the firm. But I guess my real role there is to be the voice of the firm in every sense. I mean, just outwardly community outreach, the written word, the social media, digital presence. You name it. It's visually comes from the marketing department. And one of my favorite parts of my job, honestly, is being able to meet people. And I'm out and networking and just meeting people all the time. COVID, obviously, it's a little bit different. Everything is virtual, but still, I mean, that's my job, is to get the SKC brand out there and take us out of the woods, out to the big playing field. And that's what I do, and love every minute of it. I'm involved in the the strategy of the growth of the firm, obviously the marketing strategy for the firm, what tactics we'll use to implement that. And yeah, I say I have the best job in the firm. I don't have to go through tax season.
It's awesome.
I hate to say it, but
I would agree with you. That
I
sounds
do.
like an awesome job. I love it. That's great.
Keeping that in mind, we have this segment of the show where we like to try to give advice to other businesses. So what would you say, as a marketing expert, would be your advice for people who want to better market themselves during the pandemic?
I would say take full advantage of the virtual environment that we're in. Oftentimes it is hard to do public speaking. Many people shy away from it. It's much easier to do public speaking when you're not in front of a real crowd. Take this opportunity to find your voice, to fine-tune your message and put it out there. Play around with it a little bit. I mean, the virtual environment can work wonders for that. And I would say also to take the time to develop your thought leadership. Think about what it is that that's unique for your industry or for your field, and create a brand for yourself. Really work on that personal branding. That this time, people are more likely to be on social media, more likely to read what your posts are, your blog, watch your little video. This is the time. Take advantage of it.
Okay. And speaking of
advice.
taking advantage of it, anything coming up you want to promote?
Of course. Why not?
Do it.
Definitely want to let people know that we have formally created the SKC Foundation. It is now a certified 501c3 nonprofit. It is our nonprofit arm of the firm. We now have it up on our website, and the initiatives that we had always been doing, the charitable donations we've made and all of that, now have a real home, and we can do even more with it. So I'm super, super excited about that. So that will all be, coming out on social media, but you could check that out on our website as well. And just throwing it out there, every month we do a office hour session, which is like a virtual business forum, and our managing partner Sarah Crom hosts that. All kinds of great information for business owners and people who are in the CFOs and things like that, running businesses. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., our office hour is dedicated completely to the new COVID relief bill. It's something I can't believe we have so many people already signed up to do that, to attend this, because it's confusing and there's a lot out there, and PPP is back again, reared its ugly head again. So a lot to learn there. So you can go to our website, skcnco.com, and go to our events calendar, and you can sign up for it if that's something that you would find beneficial.
Great.
Fantastic.
So if people want to go to the firm, they can do skc.com. How can people get a hold of you?
Best way to reach me via email, info@skcandco.com, and emails will come right to me.
Wow, they really issued you a very generic email address, didn't they?
Well, it's an accounting firm, Vinny. What can I say? You know.
All right. I guess that's the show.
I think that is the show. What a great show that was too. I had so much fun. Thank you to our listeners, especially the subscribers. We really, really appreciate the support. Thank you to New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group. They provide home, auto, and workers' comp, and they are the official sponsor of the show. So if you need some updated coverage, check them out. Thank you to The Connection, our sponsor for the Awful or Awesome segment. That was really fun to have that. And finally, thank you to Karen Donaway of SKC for joining us today. We were thrilled to have you.
And all Karens out there in the world.
And all the Karens out there in the world.
Stand united. Thank you, guys.
I love it. Thank you.